Mr. Hicks here, coming to you from an undisclosed location. Freshman year is a magical time for students. They really start to develop a sense of self and responsibility for their own actions. They still struggle with seeing the consequences of their actions in some cases, but they're getting there. Many of the books that we read deal with actions and consequences and understanding the freedoms and responsibilities of individuals. We deal with some heavy duty topics in this class. Romeo and Juliet, it's a lot of dark stuff. There's a lot of really fun stuff, but it's a heavy duty book. But I found that the freshmen are ready, most of them, for this. They really appreciate being invited into these discussions, and they do intend to like a lot of the books that we do read freshman year. Grading here is 20% practice and 80% assessments. Tests, quizzes, and essays make up most of the assessments. They're often built on previous learning experiences in this class. Practice includes No Write Ink, a computerized practice system for writing, and other activities to provide students with an opportunity to master smaller components of a skill before taking on the more complex tasks for those more formal assessments, such as the essays. You should know that I will mostly communicate with students. If I do communicate with an adult in their life, the student can feel a loss of agency and might feel less capable and responsible for their actions and decisions. So I do communicate with adults, but it tends to be pretty sparing when I do. As much as we all want them to do well and we hate to see them struggle, they do need to do it for themselves. Now, that said, go ahead and contact me if you have any questions, concerns. I'm happy to talk to you. But I try not to kind of violate the relationship that they have with me and make them feel less responsible for their choices and less capable in their actions. And for the most part, that works out. But I do contact parents on occasion. So, what can you do as a parent? Well, talk to them. By talking through an assessment or a problem or about what they did or learned today or yesterday or recently, you can reinforce that learning or help their mind build strategies or a plan of action. So, talking to them about what this essay is going to be about and what they're thinking about, it helps them cue their mind to think about some of the evidence they'll probably use in that essay and how to structure it, and they'll probably be thinking about it. And that additional thinking that they're doing, that additional planning, that's definitely something we want to support. Communications with adults will also support, better grammar and help them develop a rich vocabulary. I mean, some of us have been around for a while and we've heard words that, the kids don't use as much because they haven't been exposed to it. So every once in a while, you guys, and I will use a novel word or an old phrase or something that they're not familiar with, and they'll add it to their repertoire, to their lexicon, to their vocabulary, to their quiver of fun, things to say. So definitely, talk to your kids. It's probably the most important thing that you can do. I know most of you do it anyway, but it's valuable. I want to reinforce that. So thank you and good night. I'm Sam Hicks, English teacher, ninth grade.